It's at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos. We go from Denver. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Collin. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
It's a gain of 8.
The Broncos did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
The 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Horn. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. If you look at this Steeler defense, they really played well in that win last week against Miami.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Horn. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. He'll try again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
9th play now, this long opening drive. Can they cash it in on third and goal? Operating from the gun, Horn. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Broncos 7, Steelers nothing.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off play action. Jarrett throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ford. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down.
Random, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second and 4. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. Isn't defense what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, even all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the football? You could see the terror as everyone was thinking, do I even want to try and tackle that big man?
On first down, Green. And managed to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Tough spot here, third down and 11. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This a 40-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great effort there. 69 yards. And the Broncos take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now again, right side, Green. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jarrett. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. And this one is right through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Operating from the gun, Horn. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. Back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll run on first down. It's Green. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's 4. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring out the 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Jarrett. He's got his running back out of the backfield. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Green. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Green down right around the 25. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jarrett. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Jarrett. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Back to throw. Jarrett going with a screen for Murray. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Steelers are back within a score.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Steelers 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Horn. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Horn. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, he was looking for the check up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here is 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. Jarrett going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A short one there to Freiermuth. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That goes out wide to Murray. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Murray. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job And then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They go with Murray again. Dances by him. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Looking to throw. Jarrett. He finds his man. Complete. It's Murray. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jarrett. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On first down, it's Holland. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Holland. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Burris. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Burris. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jarrett. He'll find Metcalf. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Jarrett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murray. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now a give, left side. This is Murray. And shoving him off the open field. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, complete. It's 4th. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
They'll run on first down. McQueen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jarrett. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Jarrett. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Jarrett.
So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Powell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Holland. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Burris. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on 3rd down. Burris. And some room to run now. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll take this down to the 33. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Holland. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Try to take this home. They'll run. And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And they will take a knee here. Well, this